Do you guys want to hear something completely insane? Well, I've made more money with YouTube in a single year than the salaries of a professor, engineer, or doctor before reaching my 20s. And as a result, this probably instilled either envy, anger, skepticism, or confusion in you. But maybe also inspiration for a select few. So for the select few, this is who I'm making this video for. Everyone else, you can just chill. So the first thing that you have to understand to be able to make so much money with YouTube that it genuinely feels illegal to know is you have to understand what I like to call the revenue equation. Okay, so what even is the revenue equation? Have you ever even heard of that? You probably haven't, because that's the very first time I've ever said it or heard of it, because I made it myself 5 seconds ago. Pay attention. The most amount of dollars you can ever make on your channel and the maximum revenue you will ever generate is only equate into 2 parts. It's the most amount of dollars you can actually generate per video that you create, multiplied by, I don't know why it says plus, but it should be multiplied by the volume of videos that you can actually create in a specific time frame. First off, how much dollars can you actually generate per view? Are you going for virality, or are you going to be going for your RPM? I personally am a huge fan of growing your RPM because first off, it looks really cool to have a dead channel that has maybe 5,000 views per video, but then that's generating you hundreds of dollars every video. Everyone thinks that my channel's dead or I'm poor, but that channel's generating more than whatever job they're working at. That's the first cool thing. The second cool thing is it's just genuinely easier for you to have a high RPM with a low view count than to try to go viral every single time and have your next video be your paycheck. Living like that is possible. I've known individuals who do it, but for me, it's not as sustainable. I don't want to constantly chase for the next video to go viral. And so there's 2 main ways you can make the most amount of dollars per video, right? It's how much dollars you can generate per view, which is basically just the RPM metric, or going as viral as possible. So because I like to go the RPM route and all of my channels are based around a high RPM, that also helps later in the future, which I'll explain, because having a high RPM means you have to have a high spending powered audience. So your audience is going to be more quality. Your audience is going to be richer and more likable for the advertisers than a brain rot channel or a gaming channel with kids or just low quality content individuals watching your videos. And I'll explain later why exactly that's a bad thing to have a lower quality audience. But if you tie down, let's say, and you figure out a way to leverage the most amount of dollars per 1,000 views using the RPM metric, let's say you're getting $5 per video. That doesn't seem amazing, but if the videos cost you, let's say, $2 to produce, you make back $5, you profit $3. That doesn't seem crazy at all. But if you're profiting $3 every day from that one video and you have 100 videos on your channel, you're making $300 a day. And that's $9 grand a month. So you have to figure out that nice mix between that multiplied by, I need to change this to multiply, the volume of videos you can actually create. The number of pumps you can actually generate, which is going to be equated to the revenue side. Does that kind of make sense? Hopefully this revenue graph makes sense, because you have to understand you can have like a video pay you $1,000, but if you're posting one time a year, that's not crazy. That's not profitable. Another thing, you can post, 1,000 videos per month. I've seen people do it. I've actually done pretty close to that before. But if you're posting 1,000 videos every single month and every single video is losing you money or making you 10 cents on average, that's still not really profitable. So don't focus on the volume of your content yet until you have mastered the concept of getting the most dollars per video. I would say once you're at a rate where on average your videos can bring back at least a 2 times ROI lifetime. So if you're dropping $10 on a video and then lifetime it brings you back $20, so then you profit $10, that's a win and that's a good W. Then take that video and see how many times or how quickly you can actually replicate it within a month time span. If you can do 1,000 in a month, what's 1,000 times 10? I don't know, 10,000. So that's 10,000 lifetime revenue that you have just created within that single month of content creation. So in theory, you're generating $10,000 in that single month. Does that make sense? That definitely makes sense. So once you have mastered that, you can either keep on increasing your output of maximum revenue by either increasing your dollars per video, which is the leverage of the RPM, or focusing more on views, virality. Okay, in my opinion, it's just RPM. So either increasing your RPM or increasing your volume. Now, the volume is very simple, but it's going to get capped at one specific point, because you can volumize and just hire and outsource more employees to create the content for you. But once you're managing 1,000 videos per month, it sounds crazy to say because I've done it myself before. But when you're generating 1,000 videos every single month on your channel, that gets quite hectic to manage. You have to hire a video manager. You have to look through the majority of the videos to make sure they're correct and accurate and they're actually what they are supposed to be designed to be created on. Otherwise, you're managing channels that you don't even watch the videos of. That's a very, very easy way to get your channel terminated and banned. So volume is kind of easily to scale, but then you scale at a peak, right? I kind of explained that already. So that's the first thing that you have to understand. Once you understand the revenue equation, we're going to go into equation number 2, which is sacrificing virality for quality. Right, what's my speaker notes for this one? I don't have any. Great. Oh, it's in the next slide. All right. So sacrifice virality for quality. What does that even mean? Why do I need to sacrifice my views? In short, if you're posting YouTube shorts on your channel and you're trying to make a bang off your buck and quit your 9-to-5 job or just replace your income overall with shorts or a brain rot channel, your channel's gonna die. It has no longevity whatsoever. Why would you go for a less quality? Why would you go for 5 ice cream cones created in a shitty ass McDonald's when you go for the best ice cream cone? Okay, that was the worst analogy ever, but you get the idea. If you have shorts or just individuals watching your content that genuinely doesn't watch you for the brand or the channel itself, but for a quick dopamine spike, same thing with brain rot long form. Like if you're posting brain rot meme channels, video game channels, you're not actually going to be building a high quality audience that can actually make you more money long term. So the question is, do you want to look cool, have a lot of views, flex your friends with their play buttons, or do you want to actually generate money? The way for you to generate money, now that you understand that do not post shorts or brain rot, low RPM videos and stuff, is because later on we want to monetize our channel externally. There's other ways to monetize your channel off of, like that screenshot I showed you earlier. That was the digital products that we sold. We also run brand deals on the side as well. So if you're monetizing just off of ad revenue, you're literally losing out on 2 other streams of income sources. You can also do affiliate as well. I personally don't do or focus as much on affiliates because it's just a hassle to deal with. It's a pain in the neck. You get like an extra few dollars maybe, but the best way is through brand deals because you can charge hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars for just a single video that can be created within an hour. And you think about it, if you're charging $500 for a single brand deal, spend an hour on it. $500 per hour is a better rate than any 9-to-5 you will ever work at. Am I right or am I right? That's exactly right. I'm right. So pay attention. Shorts plus brain rot channels equals die. You have to focus on building a longevity. And the way you build longevity audience that has a high spending power is just simply by creating an appealing video that genuinely attracts Northern American parents. Those are going to be the demographics and the audiences that has the highest spending power and thus gives you the highest RPM, which is again how much you get paid per 1,000 views. Let's brainstorm here. If you have Northern American or first world country kids and teenagers watching your content, sure, there's a bigger market and you'll get more views and virality, but they don't have as much spending power and they probably will not make you as much dollars in the long term wise, thinking about both ad revenue and externally monetizing than parents, because parents have the biggest wallets. Now, what if you're getting parents and tracking videos that have parents from third world countries? Sure, they're still parents. They probably have more money than their kids, but a third world country genuinely does not pay them enough dollars. The advertiser's not going to be as happy. You'll literally get a less RPM, and for you to monetize off of that externally will also be just as difficult as kids. So the best way for you to make the most bang for your buck, yes, you're gonna watch your views slowly, start to shrink or be small, but that doesn't mean you're losing out on money. And as a matter of fact, that probably means you're gonna be making more dollars. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm trying to say? I think you do. Like, look at my channel, for example. This video will get maybe 1,000 views max, but every single individual watching this content probably either is someone who's trying to start a business for themselves, wants an extra income for themselves, has money to invest in themselves, etc. And you guys watching this video, you're a lot better and quality of an audience than a Roblox 13-year-old that tries to watch Cocomelon or whatever bullshit they're trying to watch, right? You agree with me? Great. Number 3 is we're going to be now going into monetize externally. So digital products, very, very good. Brand deals, super good, fantastic. Affiliates, very great. So I just personally don't do it. I don't know too much about it. But you can definitely make great money with affiliates because I have friends creating 6-7K a month, not friends, acquaintances, doing pretty decent money, replacing their 9-to-5 job with purely affiliates. So it's very, very possible, and I'll show you exactly how. Like I said earlier, affiliates plus brand deals are the best way. Now, for you to be able to land brand deals, you have to have views to begin with, because it's going to be nearly impossible for you to land a brand deal or sponsorship with anyone if every single one of your videos has no views. So first, understand how to get views, how to basically guarantee your videos will get views over time, and how to guarantee your videos never die out. I have another video on that, which is I don't even know, somewhere in my channel. Go watch that video first or after this content. But to put it into simple terms, if you want to basically guarantee virality, views, you have to focus on the topic. The topic has to be constantly in demand, okay? That will never die out, because once it dies out, that's the end of the lifetime revenue or potential revenue of that video. Going back to the first equation, you want to have a lifetime revenue that always two times ROI. For you to do that, that has to have longevity. So anything that has to really do with finances, health, or relationships always work. Those are going to be always in demand no matter what. If it's something like meme coins, sure, they can go viral, fidget spinners, trends, whatever, but they're going to die just as quickly. And then once you found something that has always a demand, make sure that the supply will never reach the same balance. Because once the demand is high, but then the supply is also very high, you're not going to be able to get any views if you're completely going into the market as a brand new individual. All the biggest marketers, all the biggest channels are going to be taking over and getting all the views, draining your channel to zero, leaving you with a dead, failed channel, bringing you no money whatsoever. So make sure, as a matter of fact, that that demand has a lackage in supply, thus creating a gap in the market. Making sure that you have a gap in the market will result in views, even if your voiceover is bad, if your editing is bad, if your freelancer is overcharging you, or your freelancer stinks and has a bad haircut. It doesn't matter. As long as there's a gap in the market, it's basically guaranteed to go viral. So now that you're generating, let's say, a few thousand views per day, that's all you need. You need 5,000 views a day, 10,000 views a day. That will generate you not only an income off of ad revenue, considering if you have a higher RPM, that'll actually be pretty decent income. If you have a $10 RPM off of 10,000 daily views, that's $100 a day, which is $3K a month. So assuming you're at that level now, there's going to be brand deals reaching out to your email, which is going to be within your channel, asking you to promote their whatever bullshit product they're selling. Now, never have the same email as your YouTube channel linked within your channel, because that's a very easy way for hackers and scammers who are jealous or envy of your success on your channel to try to bullshit their way into hacking your account. So don't do that. Have a completely different email address set inside of your YouTube channel just for brand deals, just for business inquiries only. With that being said, not only do you have to reach out to them, but they will reach out to you now. Brand deals are going to be like, yo, I love your content. It aligns with our bullshit product. I want to promote my bullshit product on your channel. How much do you cost? What's your rates? Let's discuss more. You have to now differentiate the difference between scammers who are just trying to get you to promote their shit for free and then not pay you, versus non-scammers. The way I like to do it, and the way I find the easiest that genuinely makes sense, is once you guys discuss your rates, let's say your rate is $500 per video. You can go back and forth. We charge more. I've charged higher than that. But let's just say you're charging $500 per video. Get them to pay you 50% of that first, okay? After you have created the draft of the video. So you start off, create the video. Don't post it yet. Once it's been created, you send it over to them. Attach like a small, whatever, what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Brand watermark. So then it's like watermark of your faceless channel or whatever. Send them to watch. Once they like the draft, get them to pay 50%, so $250 to your PayPal or whatever payment processor. Then once you receive 50% of the dollars, post it on your channel, and then after 24 hours, they pay you the other remaining 50%. That's the safest way I know how to do it. That's the most equal way, if that makes sense. You never want them to pay you after, because that is how you can get scammed. And if you get them to pay you before, they're probably not going to want to do business with you if it doesn't go out and turn out well. So make sure that they're happy, you're happy. It all makes sense. Just do the 50-50 split method. Very simple. So that's how you can do brand deals. You can also hire then a brand deal manager later on to reach out to specific software, digital products, or entrepreneurs to, whatever, promote whatever bullshit they're selling, and then give them a 25% incentive. So then they get 25% of the $500 if they landed that for you. Okay. If they're responding to the email, so then you can just lay back and do jack all, put your little hands in your ass crack. But with that being said, affiliates are going to be basically the same thing, but you have to charge less, or if not even a single base price. And then you're putting the risk on your video's performance. So if you don't have proof of concept that your video can actually get views all the time, like me, because I'm super smart and handsome, then you're going to probably want to go with the base price first. Once you have locked in and solidified a very, very good concept that can basically get your videos to go viral all the time or just get views all the time, then you can know and realize that you will make more money off of affiliates than some base prices of $500. It depends on the software, depends on what you're promoting, it depends on the commission that you're getting, because some people pay you 50%, which is great. When you can land those individuals, then, and their product is actually good and aligns with their channel, start doing affiliates, because that can actually pay you sometimes lifetime recurring revenue, because affiliates, usually you will get paid the same recurring. Does that kind of make sense? Like if there was a software company that was charging $100 per month to use their software, you promoted that software, you got some sales, you get 50%. As long as they're reoccurring, paying that $100 per month, you'll get $50 every single month. Some individuals just have it on for life. Think about that. That's as purely passive income as you can possibly get to. Very amazing. Okay. Now, number 4 is you want to take over the industry and what works for your channel. And this is the quickest way to not only build, but scale your channel to a whole different level. This is how you get to silver plaques, gold plaques, hundreds of millions of views, huge authority, and possibly even exit, which I'll talk about later on if you genuinely want to make a nice bang for your buck. So what do I exactly mean by take over the industry on what works? I guarantee you're going to have a list of niches or applications posted on your channel at this point where you know are outliers and you know pay you more money generally. For me, that's crypto. Okay. I posted videos in basically every single niche you can possibly imagine because I posted over 11,000 videos across my whole 5 years of YouTubing. And from my personal experience, a lot of crypto videos, a lot of social media related videos all work super, super well on my channels. That may not be the case for you, but that is the case for me because I'm awesome. With that being said, I will basically take over the social media space now because those always gets more views than others. If all my videos on average gets, let's say 500 views, and then my social media video gets 32,000 views, what is that a sign of? Make more social media videos and completely dominate the social media industry, be the biggest channel known within the social media industry by just doubling down and working off of my best outlier topics. If I had a video about how to grow on Instagram and get to 10,000 followers, I'll make a video about how to grow on Instagram and get to 100,000 followers, how to grow on Instagram and get to 50,000 followers, how to grow on Instagram and make $30 per day, how to grow on Instagram and make $700 per month, how to grow on Instagram and sell that account, how to sell promotions on Instagram, how to grow on YouTube and make $100 per day. Do you get the idea? You get the idea. So you don't have to copy the exact topic word for word, but work off of it and make very similar videos that are going to be basically the same niches and attracting the same audiences. Does that make sense? If you're not an absolute idiot, that would make completely sense to you. So drop a like if that makes sense. If you don't like my haircut, drop a dislike. I don't care. With that being said, though, once you analyze the industry that you're in that is genuinely working better than other of your other videos, double down until it either dies out, it doesn't work anymore, or it's here to stay forever, and you're singly hand the biggest media company, it's your YouTube channel, in that entire space. No one can outperform you. No one can get as many views as you. You are the first #1 channel in that crypto niche or social media niche. Okay, that is how you can build and scale towards those 5 to 10K plus per month, have tons of subscribers as well, flex your aura friends, gain aura points, and just be the man or woman. Now, this is going to be something that I personally haven't done yet, but I do plan to sometime in the future. Not a year, maybe like 3 or 4 years later, but plan an exit. So for you idiots that don't know what the word exit means, it means to sell your company, which is basically just your channel. The reason why you want to sell and liquidate your channel for more dollars is because channels can be very easily liquidable. It's not like real estate. It's not like a company where it's very difficult to exit. Like if you were to run a coaching company or you were to run some sort of offer where it's like a service-based thing and it relies you personally to fulfill that service, that will be nearly impossible to sell and actually exit to liquidize for money. But when you're selling a digital real estate, which is like a channel, or you're selling a software or something that's just genuinely reliable without you being inside of it, boom, you can exit it and make a bunch of cash. Now, you only want to do this though until your pockets are actually deep and you have good amount of money, easily comfortable. I'm talking $250,000 to $500,000 in the bank. If you don't have that yet, it's going to be unreasonable for you to sell your literal income source. Imagine this. If you worked 10 years at your 9 to 5 job, making $100K a year, so you made $1 million net or gross, whatever. You can then sell that position for $1 million because you made $1 million from it. So then you lose your job, but then in return you get $1 million. Who doesn't want to do that? I would love that. And that's what I'm planning to do with my channels. Okay. So you could do that as well because it's so easy to liquidize and actually exchange $4 because it's not dependent on the face of, or the energy of the specific individual. I could very easily sell on my channels, but I don't want to right now because right now my pockets are not that deep. They're not, 8 figures. With that being said, though, once you are genuinely bored of that income source or you want to scale to another company, sell that shit. Sell your channel for whatever amount. Usually, it's going to be 6 to 12 months of revenue of your channel. So if your channel is generating, let's say, $20,000 per month on average, so some months it's like 15K, some months it's like 25K, and then you do that for 6 months, that's $120,000 that you can sell your channel for. Minimum, because that's 6 months. If it's an evergreen channel, which means it's my channel that never dies out, not based on viral videos, not based on brain rot content, high spending audience, high RPM, you can do it for the 12 months then. So what's 12 times 20? I'll give you a second to calculate that once I figure out how to lower my thing. That's the lowest you go. What's 12 times 20? 240. You can sell your channel for $250,000 if it's generating $20,000 per month. If you're working at your job making $20,000 per month, you can sell that position for $250,000. Who doesn't want to do that? That's the quickest way for you. You make $250,000 in a day, bro. That's what channels are built for. And it's very easy to sell to investors or other individuals who are super rich off of YouTube that's collecting YouTubes for their own cash flow, whatever reason it may be. Sell it. Only once you have made a stupid amount of dollars, okay? If you don't want to sell it, no problem. I mean, you do what you want to. Keep on making your $20,000 per month. But I'd much rather take a nice payday of $250,000 and to continuously make 20K a month. That's just who I am as a person. Maybe that's not you. Is that it? All right, well, that's basically it for how to make so much money with YouTube. It genuinely feels illegal to know. I'm going to continue to scale my companies and my channels. I don't have a course to sell you, but if you do want to learn from me and have one-on-one mentorship with me, I'll have a link somewhere in the description of this video. And then with that link, you can watch my free training and also book a call with my head coach to see exactly what your goals are with YouTube, what you need specifically in help with, if me and my team can even help you, and if so, we'll see exactly how. So it doesn't hurt to have a chat. Just book that call, and I'll see you guys on my next video. All right, get after it.